The other day, I was watching a video on Facebook, a short video. And in that video, it was a man and a woman, a man in drawers, literally in his underwears, in the New York City public subway. And he was being walked by a woman in some type of costume. It made no sense. I mean, and I said to myself, what if I was driving or, riding the subway system and I had my daughters and they saw this? What would I say? How would I feel? Well, of course, if your eyes have not been reformed to literally despise iniquity, to despise vulgar, profane things, and if your ears have not been reconditioned to or to despise vulgar and profane things, it's not going to have any effect on you. But I'm watching these videos, and you see it all the time of the most vile things happening right there in the New York City public subway system, on the streets, and in public in general. This is why I like living out in the city, because I'm from New York. And so I recall seeing it all the time, but it's become so much more vile and detestable. And it's shocking to see how many people just walk by with their children, and their children are watching this stuff, and it's not an issue at all. It's sad. The music, especially the rap music that is being produced today, is some of the most vile, tasteless music that I've seen personally has ever been produced. I mean, the stuff that they're talking about in the videos, they're talking about degrading women, they're talking about shooting their brothers, they're talking about all types of vile stuff, and people are dancing to this shit, people are listening to this shit, and they have their children listening to this stuff, and it's like, wow! I mean, but it's grievous to the spirit to see it, to see society like this. But that's why it's so important to be set apart, because I don't want my daughters, I don't want my children exposed to this kind of stuff. And it's sad to see so many people have just conditioned themselves to the point where it's just acceptable and it's not grievous to their spirit. So that how you know when you've been converted is when this stuff is utterly detestable to you. I mean, think about it. I got holy daughters, set apart daughters, and then I take them into an environment and they're seeing this stuff. They probably shocked. It's like, what the hell is this? I don't even want them. This is why it's so important to monitor what your children listen to, what your children sees, because out in the country, you don't see that kind of stuff. Even if we go out into the mall or just out into, the general public, you don't see that kind of stuff in the country. Folks in the country, it seems as though they have a whole lot more sense and a whole lot more of a moral and value center than folks that live in the city. It's just been my experience. But I'm telling you, man, the stuff that you see out there, I'd be horrified to know that my daughter's even experienced anything like that. They've seen anything like that. And this is why you got to guard your children, young men and women, because let me tell you again, society gets a hold of them and programs this garbage into their mind, they're going to think that it's normal, it's okay, and especially if you're listening to it or watching it or putting them in a situation where they see it constantly, it's going to become normalized in their minds. I'm teaching them, hey, you don't listen to this. You don't watch this. This is not the way things should be. This is wrong. This is immoral. I'm teaching them that, and their mother is teaching them that at a very young age, so that they know. It's just sad to see what people allow their children to listen to, what people allow their children to observe, do. I'm telling you, man, I mean, it's disturbing. But that's why it's so important to be set apart across the board, so that you may preserve your children, so that they're not defiled in their minds and go out and find this kind of stuff and behavior attractive. It's a damn shame, ain't it? But hey, this is what a remnant is all about.